This place does kind of look a little chaotic, doesn't it? Well, we'll be working on it a little later today. What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode here on the AfterLife server with your host, me, Wintertooth100. And today we're going to do a little bit of work here on the island, and we're going to do a lot of work over there. It's probably the thumbnail, and yeah, so there's all that fun stuff. But before we get started, I don't do this every single episode, so it's important I do make sure I do make a big deal about it every few episodes, right? In the link down below, the description, there's a bunch of links. Yes, in the link down below, there's a description. Yes. Filled with all the other AfterLife members. There's a whole bunch of us, and guys, they make some really amazing content. In fact, I don't watch very much things on YouTube, but those guys, they get watched consistently because they are really great, and I really like the stuff that they make. And you know, if I suggest something, it means that means that I personally like it and I personally watch it. I never suggest anything that I don't like and that I don't watch. So yeah, you should go give them a watch. Additionally, if you are a YouTuber yourself, play Minecraft, and are looking to join a brand new SMP, guys, the application event is also linked down below, and you can apply to join the server and make videos with us here. So, you know, do it now. Your captain orders you. Well, first things first, I want to make sure we cover up this iron farm. I don't know if that will have any effects on the rates. I don't think it will, but even if it does, I'm not terribly bummed about it because this thing is so highly efficient. It's actually ridiculous. But we do want to terraform this thing, and well, this giant hole in the ground is kind of in the way. So we're going to put a roof right across the top of it and terraform all the way down that side. We'll probably end up removing the portal completely. And then right here guys, right where this water thing, this one right here, this is designed as a part of the windmill that I already put together, like where this hole is going to be. So it should be good. That's right, it is a windmill. I realize that I just kind of assumed you guys knew it was going to be a windmill based on what the thumbnail is going to be. But yeah, we're building a windmill, and the windmill is going to double up as the iron farm drop-off point. So that's actually where all the iron is going to be sorted and stored. So it's, you know, it's dual things. It's nice because it's, you know, windmills in a giant wheat field, but also it has a practical purpose for a practical farm. So I felt like that was pretty appropriate. Additionally, we got the whole farm covered up, and it's still working like a charm. So having it completely sealed up apparently does absolutely nothing to it, which is fantastic. That's exactly what we want to see. But we're going to be building the windmill right here in this area. We have to terraform first because obviously this harsh edge is no good, and it's going to look really weird. So we're going to end up putting a layer of dirt on this and maybe do some terraforming, give it just a little bit more shape, and we're going to have to curve it out and blend it with all the edges around it, and we'll eventually be getting rid of all this. That's a lot of storage that does need to be moved, but yeah, it does need to be moved, and it's going to take forever. But yeah, we're going to get to work. We're going to just, you know, we're just going to terraform it and kind of see what happens. I do want to do a time lapse, but I want to do the time lapse of building the windmill, not necessarily terraforming. So we'll see. And I shall call you Death. Oh yeah, I give you the right color. Perfect. Just like my real life cat in real life. Black and white, whose name is Death. I'm so happy to have this cat. We've had like 40 billion cats spawn in, and only like 2 of these guys, but I wasn't thinking when the first one spawned in, so I'm glad we got one. We got Death. We finally have Death in the game. And oh my goodness, guys, the windmill looks so good. Obviously, you probably know from the thumbnail that we're still a long ways to go to catch up with the thumbnail. So we got a lot of work to do. But first thing I want to do, of course, is get this thing set up. The item filters, the filters themselves aren't set up. They're just kind of hoarding iron, and we don't want that. We want to make sure that they're collecting stuff and filtering things. We got lava in the far back. Let's see if we can see it right. Yep, we're in the very far back. So once this thing completely clogs up, we won't have any extra entities floating around. They will get destroyed. So we should not be causing any excess lag with this farm, though I don't expect it to be very laggy. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set up these filters, and then we're going to jump into doing some work out here, because this is going to be the big thing. And I still need to move all the stuff, so I'll do that off camera before we start doing all this, because as soon as we start terraforming this field, we really won't have access to this down here anymore. So I'm going to need to move that. Just wanted to do a quick check-in, let you guys get a feel for this thing, actually walking around in world with it. Oh yeah, it looks nice. Originally, I was going to put the actual fan part of it on this side over here, but I like the idea of having the door, but I like the windmill and the door being together. And well, when you have the actual fan on this side, you can't really make it out from the city over there, and I wanted it to look good from over there, so we moved it this way, and I think it's nice. It's okay. It's okay. Now, I want this farm to feel like it's a part of the period, where it's piratey days. We're using wooden ships that are powered by the wind, and technology really isn't much of a thing in this sort of build style era. So we're gonna have this road running through, and we're going to do a slight little deviation of the road that takes us up to the front up here. And then with this road pretty much being kind of dotted out, we can use the rest of these materials that I've brought with me and start really working on this. So the reason why I mentioned the time period is the technology, like fences, those were kind of costly to make and expensive, and the materials weren't easy to produce in mass quantities. But you know what was easy? Stone. And it was pretty easy to break that stone and then just pile it up. So we're going to end up using cobblestone and kind of dotting around like this. And I'm thinking we're going to follow the road a little bit, have the road framed, and we're going to use this. And of course, it's not going to be dotted like this. It'll be filled in. We'll use stairs and slabs and things. And then I've also brought some vines over, and so we can replace some of this with the mossy. And we're going to create our walls out of about 1 to 1.5 blocks height of cobble, and then everywhere on the inside, of course, will be tilled down and all that fun stuff. So let's do it. Why not? Let's get the replay mod going again, since it's working, and I'm having such a blast making these things. And we'll just do it super quick. It won't be a lengthy one or anything like that. In fact, we'll just do it really fast. Now bear with me, that time lapse probably ended with all these wheat fields being filled in, and well, they're not. Obviously you can see from this here demonstration that they are not filled in, and it takes a really long time to get them filled in. So I'm just gonna have to film that thing at the very end, which is why you see it and I don't. But I really like the way this turned out. I'm really happy with these walls. I like the idea of the leaves on them, and the pathways turned out pretty good, if I do say so. But you may have noticed during that little time lapse with all this filled in that the textures were a little different. And if we go into these resource packs, I have this one down here called Leaves. It says it's incompatible, whatever, just ignore that. It's an old texture pack I made, and what it does is it changes what the leaves look like. They're just bushier. But it also affects the wheat. Winter, I love the way you say wheat. It's the best. I know, but look at this. Oh my goodness. It's so much better. I love the way this wheat looks. I like the bushy leaves. And I think we're going to keep this on. It just changes the two things. We have the kind of semi-spoken, I think somebody mentioned it once here on the AfterLife server, that we don't use texture packs, right? And that's so when we build stuff, you know, we can all equally enjoy each other's builds. But I don't believe for a moment that changing what wheat looks like and what leaves look like will really have an impact on anything other than this decoration thing, where this thing is designed to just look like a wheat field. This isn't for harvesting wheat. This is purely for looks. So yeah, I think it'd be nice, and I'm gonna rock it for a little bit. And if you're a part of the AfterLife server and there's something that you need to tell me, you're like, Winter, I actually do the wheat for blah 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 blah, then just tell me, and you know, I guess I'll change it. But if not, I think we're going to keep it. Let me know in the comments down below if you like the wheat and the changed leaves. Actually, it looks so good. Oh, I can't wait for this to all be filled up. You guys have already seen it. I'm at that weird part where you guys know what it looks like, but I don't know what the whole thing looks like yet, so you got a leg up on me. It's good, isn't it? I'm sure. I hope it's good. I hope that turned out well. Oh, yeah. And I guess the texture pack changes the coarse dirt a little bit, adds a few pebbles in it. Again, they're just cosmetic. These things otherwise look widely identical, right? The leaves look the same. They just got these extra bushy bits. The coarse dirt looks the same. They're just some pixels are turned gray. Like that's it. There's rocks in the road. It looks nice. I think it works well for this area, and I'm excited about it. So while I'm waiting for all this wheat to grow so I can, you know, spread it all over the place and get this wheat everywhere, I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about what else I wanted to do this episode, and you'll notice that that's past tense, what I wanted to do, what I was going to do. Well, as some of you on the Discord and who follow me on Twitter probably know, Baby Bear, he turned 2 days ago. As of the moment of this recording, it's 2 days ago he turned 2 years old. But we're celebrating his birthday tomorrow, and we're having a few people over, you know, grandparents, close people, because, you know, we're trying to be safe with the whole virus thing. But we have this like private thing booked. It's out of town, and we're taking Baby Bear out as his gift, you know, get him out of the house because he's been inside for a long time. And well, I am just like completely out of time, but I realized the episode's kind of short, so I did want to discuss a little bit about what else we were going to do, and it's very brief, but hopefully we'll fill out the episode a little bit. Hey, load in. You look silly when you're all cut off like that. This area, we were going to terraform it today. In fact, we were going to do a ton of terraforming and get all the wool pretty much replaced with little base bits, and I was even going to start framing out the houses. So that's something to look forward to for the next episode. In fact, I think we will dedicate the entirety of our next episode to purely working on this island. I still have to wait for that, and hopefully I can get that done tonight, because I really do need to get the footage completed so I can get the episode up before we leave, because we are leaving pretty much right after his party. So, you know, it's kind of I'm crunched for time really bad. I also noticed in the last episode, I didn't really explain this back here. You see we got the blue wool for the road. It's cutting back here. I was actually thinking we could do something along the lines of like a little dock system right along here. So like the little boats could maybe come over here. Not big ships, obviously. This place is not big enough really for big ships. The only time I would imagine a big ship coming into this area is to attack. So it'd be an enemy ship coming in to attack. But otherwise, they'd have like a little docking system, so we'd get docks or boats docked here, and they'd come up through this area, and they'd have access to the brewery. Maybe there's a little pub literally across the street, so maybe this build right here would be a pub. But have the road just cut back, the docks wrap around, so people come up over here, and also we do want to do a bridge across, so this road will actually also cut along that way, because we do want to get the areas all connected up. So yeah, a lot to look forward to for the next episode. Though, unfortunately, the next episode will probably be delayed again. It just, as it turns out, July is the busiest month of the year for me, apparently, because I can barely get 2 days on the server before I'm gone for a week. It's actually starting to become kind of a problem, and every time Mrs. like, hey, we have something coming up, you better hurry up. I'm like, you're giving me 24 hours to make 6 episodes. Are you no, it cannot be done. This bear cannot do it. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to end the episode right here, and I realize it's definitely short, but hopefully you guys will understand. I'm sure a lot of you guys are gonna be like, hey, it's Baby Bear's birthday, of course, and hopefully that's what you guys are thinking. That's what I'm thinking. And if that's not what you're thinking, then I don't care what you're thinking, because it's for Baby Bear. So nana nana boo boo, stick your hand in poo poo. Yeah, that's what I say. But thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, share it with your friends, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next one.